In this video, we're going to talk about some night photography. Went out to the city last night with Allie and took the cameras. I took my Canon and I used the 18-35 Sigma lens on here and took some cool photos, I think. One of the first times, well maybe the second, but probably the first real time I went to the city just to make some good pictures. And using this lens, it's got really good low light capabilities, and all the light of the city made it look real awesome to me. So I'll put some of these on here for B-roll and kind of show you all what I'm talking about. I think I got some pretty cool ones. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about framing and composition and stuff too, so trying to improve and just get better myself. So also in this video, there's some things coming up about the GH5 that I'm learning. I'll talk about that after we show the pictures right here, but I want to go into some detail on that. I still haven't got rid of it yet, but I'm just torn. But here's some of the pictures right now. So I took about 300 pictures last night. I took a lot, but so them were just some of the cool ones I thought, some of probably the best ones I saw. And I think it's really neat being able to see things like that, because I mean, it's almost better than if you were really there. These cameras make the colors really pop and stuff, and I really enjoy doing that. Hoping to go back and explore a little bit more another time with her and just see other parts of the city we may have missed. Maybe get there a little bit earlier and catch a little bit of the sunlight in there too. That'd be pretty awesome. Get some pictures of like the sun behind the buildings or something. I don't really know. You just make what you got work in the moment. That's kind of how photography goes. So, or that's at least how I see it so far. But I had a good time doing that. Looking to go back sometime soon. So about my Panasonic, I want to talk about that for a minute. I've had it up for sale, and I've almost packaged it up to send it to Adorama to trade it in and put it towards something else. The body and the two lenses that I currently have that'll fit this camera. I sent my Metabones back already, which if I was to keep the camera, I'd want it back, but I probably won't go for that one. I'll go for a cheaper one. But there's been some videos, and I was notified. I saw it online, and I watched it, and then somebody commented on my GH5 review video telling me about the video as well. And it's from a guy named Yoda Yeo. That's his YouTube channel name. But he figured out an autofocus fix for this camera to make it faster than it has been. And everybody knows it's not great. And my camera has the version 2 upgrade, so it's already improved a little bit, but it still hunts like crazy and won't find focus real fast. But apparently he's figured out how to fix that and the settings to make your camera work faster. Seeing that, I've been doing some more research on the videos and finding other people that's trying it. And one guy saying it's almost just as good as the rest of the cameras, the Sony and the Panasonic. Now that's got my attention because this camera's fantastic. in every way except autofocus to me. I think it's awesome. There's a couple little things that I wish was different, like using the variable frame rates. Like I like to shoot in 120 on my Sony to get some good slow motion. But shooting in 120 on this camera, you lose sound and you lose autofocus in 120. Which is not really an issue because most of your B-roll will probably be shot in manual focus to get what you want perfect. But my Sony can do both of that. It could do 120 with audio, and it can do 120 with autofocus. So if I want to take this and just slide up and catch this in autofocus right here in 120 with the sound going, I can slow it down, and it'll be just real blurry. Slowed down audio will be bad, but it'll track that autofocus, and losing that in this kind of sucks to me, knowing that I can get it out of that body for $800 less. Which I know this is catered for a lot more professional video, which I'm not a professional, but I really like how much this camera has to offer. But I'm going to try that autofocus fix and see if that helps. I may even finish the video out today using this body. And also, I want y'all to tell me what y'all think of the quality. So I'm going to switch this camera. This is the 80D filming me right now. I'm going to switch it to the kit lens with the Panasonic right now. There we go. So now we're on the GH5. Almost got the same framing right here. That's kind of neat. So I switched cameras, and I think I've got this to normal operating. I've got the shutter speed at 125 because I'm filming in 60 frames per second. So 125 is like the 180-degree shutter rule, to where you need to double your frame rate with your shutter speed to get the motion blur and everything to look the best and to look the most natural. So I did that. The lighting's okay. I've had to use the ISO 400 on this camera to where I was at like 100 or 200 on the Canon, but that's just because of the smaller sensor on here, and my lens does not pick up as much light, so big difference right there. So what I want to do is like a little focus test. I've got it in continuous focusing on me, just a one spot focusing on this camera. Not face tracking right now. This is just one spot, and I'll put it right in the middle, which is on me. But what I want to do is a focus test with this camera, just focusing on me, then I'm going to move out of the way and see if it'll focus on the door behind me. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a camera behind me. Is that what I have something better to focus on? Hang on a second. So there, easy setup back there, and it should be right dead in the center of where my focus point needs to be. So here we go. I'm gonna let it focus on me. It looks like I'm in focus on my screen right here. Now let's see if it focuses on the camera. I can't tell if it did or not. So here I am again in focus. I move back away. I can't tell if it's even moving at all. Maybe y'all can. So now I'm gonna go in and change my settings to see if what they said will work. Okay, so this is my shutter speed at 1/100, which is a little bit less than it needs to be, so it's probably a little more blurry. Let's see if it'll focus on me, and then behind me, still in continuous autofocus. All the settings are the same except for the shutter speed. So there's my little test. I guess I won't know how great it is until I watch it on here or put it on my computer and look at it. But if it's up to par with these other cameras, I'm really going to be reconsidering what I'm going to do with this body right here with this camera. Okay, back on the Canon now, and I've been playing with this guy for a couple hours now, trying to just see what he can do. Still not impressed with it. I don't see that it's much better by making those changes. I'm no expert. I did it in 30p and 60p, and I like using 60 frames per second. That's just what I've been using on my videos. 30's still good, but I tried it on there, which is where all the tests have been made by other people. And there is times that it is fast. But the problem I'm having is having it zoomed in, looking, maybe like right here looking at this camera and having this light over here. It's having trouble trying to pick up all this light coming in and will not focus on this camera. So that's where I'm having the trouble with this camera. To where my Sony and the Canon, I mean, it's just unbeatable. It's good. It knows what to focus on, and it knows kind of what you want to have in frame. And this one, it does fine, and it's good, but it's not great. And I'm having trouble with it focusing on something that I don't really want it to be focusing on. So I'm probably going to stick with sending this back, or getting rid of it, I guess you would say, I've got the label printed out for Adorama to send it in and trade it in on something. So if that's the case, I may end up selling my 80D, which is filming this, and replacing it with a 6D Mark II. I really like to have a full frame camera, and really that's a good price, and then get the articulating screen. It's basically the same camera as this, just a larger sensor. Hopefully y'all like my pictures I showed a little while ago. I thought it was I really enjoyed going and getting them pictures last night with her. Not really used to doing that kind of thing, so it was nice to go somewhere different and see different places, and kind of engage in some different scenarios for taking pictures and not just in my office. So that was fun. I'm looking to do that again. I want to do Charlotte for sure. My sister actually lives in Charlotte, and I'll probably make a day out of going and seeing her, then go to the city and try to get some pictures. I think that'll be awesome. Take my drone and fly up and look at the city, I think from like up above. If that's illegal, I don't know, but I know that'll be an awesome little video there. So that's going to be coming up in the future sometime. I know I want to do that. And also go back to Winston sometime and do that again, because I think we missed a lot that we didn't see last night. So I think there's a whole lot more good stuff to see over there, so I want to go back and do that. I guess it's time to call it a video, and I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Like and subscribe. Love to have you here on the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Don't know what it's going to be about, but we're going to do it. See ya.